YouTubers? This is your boy Amari Points here, bringing you the latest movie review. Today I'm doing my newest movie review on the latest SpongeBob movie, the Plankton movie, and yes, it's telling the story of our favorite SpongeBob villain, Plankton. This time it's not, the spotlight isn't on SpongeBob, it's on Plankton. And this movie is about Plankton trying to steal the Krabby Patty formula again. And when his wife, Karen, goes, well, all evil, way eviler than Plankton, things get a bit south. Go a bit south for Plankton when he honestly neglects his computer wife. When she goes evil and tries to take over not only Bikini Bottom, but the whole world. But this time, he has SpongeBob helping him save Bikini Bottom and the world. What I can say about this is that it is a way, way better step up from the Sandy Cheeks movie. And it is just a really good movie that everybody is going to enjoy and love. Honestly, there were a couple of hit and misses here and there, but I still looked past it and had a fun time with it. There were a couple of flashbacks to Plankton's past, and we got to see how him and Karen first met, and everything. It is really appealing, but one thing I can say about this movie is that, well, we didn't get to see much of a few characters that we know and love, but I will get to that later on. But it was still a funny SpongeBob movie, way better than the Sandy Cheeks movie. And I am repping the SpongeBob shirt. If most of you can see, I'm repping the SpongeBob shirt in this movie. In this movie review, sorry. Yes, yes, but as I said, it's a huge step up from the Sandy Cheeks movie for sure. Let's get on to the positives and negatives. First off are the positives. As I said, we get to explore Plankton's backstory and sorry guys, and how he became an evil genius and how he met Karen. I think it was a good way to go into debt, how he became the person he was, and seeing how he was just the odd one out in his family. I That is a good way to explore a villain's background, especially Plankton. We get to see how he started out in everything. It was really good to see. It was really good to see how he became the person he was, because considering his backstory, it was pretty intense and really good. Another positive is the music in this story was pretty decent. There were a few musical numbers that I really could dance to as well. I just thought there were a couple that really didn't catch my eye, but it was still fun. It was still fun. It's a SpongeBob movie. You're gonna honestly enjoy it. And what I can say about this is, what I can say about the musical numbers is that you're gonna enjoy seeing and dancing to these classic and new songs in the movie. Another positive is, well, the characters. We get to see SpongeBob and Sandy, Mrs. Puff, Pearl, all the iconic SpongeBob characters. Though some of them we didn't really see. But it was but it was still good. It was still good, fun, and exciting to see these characters, and of course, SpongeBob SquarePants himself. He helps Plankton save Bikini Bottom and the world, so that is exciting. That is really exciting. And what I can say about this is that it's not a SpongeBob movie without the classic SpongeBob characters. We all know that. I I love SpongeBob. I grew up watching SpongeBob, and it's nice to see Plankton the movie include characters from the SpongeBob franchise and not leave them out, because it would suck if they did. It would really suck. Another positive is, well, the cast themselves, the iconic cast that bring these characters to life. They knew what was up, and I love seeing them portrayed in this movie and not having them replaced with different actors, because that would be a bummer if they did that. I want the same actors that I seen in the SpongeBob franchise, not actors that we don't even know. In my opinion, that that's another thing I'm glad they didn't do. They didn't replace these actors. They made sure they were good and iconic. And that's it for the positives, guys. On to the negatives. The one negative I have is that some of the characters, like Mr. Krabs and Patrick, they didn't get enough screen time in this movie. I know it's about Plankton, but still, you could have shown like Mr. Krabs, Plank, Plankton's arch enemy slash ex best friend in this movie, and Patrick, he didn't, he wasn't in this movie that much either until like possibly, I don't know, the near end, I believe. It still would have been better if they shown more of Mr. Krabs, because I think if they did that, that would have made more sense instead of just showing little bits and pieces of him in the movie. But in some ways, I get it. Sorry if I'm stuttering. In some ways, I get it. Though they wanted the main focus to be on Plankton himself, but it still would have been nice if they actually included Mr. Krabs on a few scenes in the movie. Another negative is that, like I said, some of the musical numbers were good, but some weren't good. I want I wanted the musical numbers to really be something I connect with and dance to. Some of these musical numbers I just think were just boring and bland, real bland. I think if they worked on it a little bit more, that would have been great. And another negative I have is the animation in this movie. It was just terrible. I think they should have just gone with the original animation instead of this 3D one, because 3D animation is good in some movies, but for a SpongeBob movie, y'all could have just stuck with the original animation. I think that would have been better if they did that, because I honestly I honestly believe that the old animation would have been more better and fantastic, especially for all the old fans and new fans, because 3D animation for a SpongeBob movie, it hits every now and again, but for Plankton's movie, I think it wasn't it wasn't really needed. It wasn't really needed. You could just turn to the old animation. That's all I can say about that, because if you guys did the old animation, I would have been cool with that. That was just something that really wasn't needed. I think they should have just done the original animation, not the 3D animation. That's it for my positives and negatives. On to my rant. The Plankton movie is still good. It is nice, again, it is nice to see Plankton get his own movie. We've seen SpongeBob get so many movies in the past, but never a SpongeBob character from the franchise. Plankton is really a good iconic villain. You know that he honestly is trying to steal the Krabby Patty formula for the past 25 years, and he doesn't give up. That's the one thing I can say about him. He's not a quitter. He quit a couple of times, but he went back and stole the formula. In this movie, we actually see him and Karen kind of like have a little disagreement, and it ends up kind of bad. But again, we get to see SpongeBob help him save Bikini Bottom and the world, as I said before. And it was so good to see that happen, because I think I think that was just good to see Plankton help save Bikini Bottom along with SpongeBob too. But there's a little twist at the ending that I'm not gonna reveal, because you guys gotta watch Netflix and see this movie yourself to see what I mean. Because You guys are going to be surprised by this movie when you do watch it and see what the surprising twist is, because I was surprised when I first watched this movie. But all in all, guys, this is still a fun SpongeBob movie that you're going to definitely enjoy seeing on Netflix. It does have a few problems. Some of the musical numbers didn't hit. Again, I really wish they could have just stuck to the old animation and not 3D animation for this movie. It really wasn't needed. And again, I wish Mr. Krabs was in this movie a whole lot more, and not just in a couple of scenes, because he is, I'm sorry, SpongeBob's boss slash Plankton's arch enemy, and it would have been nice to see him involved in this movie even more. But I guess the directors had different plans for Mr. Krabs. And again, I get it. This is Plankton's movie. It is his time to shine. But it's still a fun, entertaining movie that everyone is going to enjoy, even the little kids. Some adults who are still SpongeBob fans might not enjoy it, but I sure as heck did. As I said, I did have a few problems with the movie here and there, but I looked past it and still enjoyed it. It was it was nice to see Plankton get the spotlight for once, and seeing him honestly take center stage in the SpongeBob movie too. It was for sure needed. We never got a movie with him as the main star, and it's good to see him take center stage and have a fun time doing so. I can recommend this movie to anybody who's an old slash new SpongeBob fan to check this out. I definitely recommend you guys go and see this and have a fun time with it. That's it for my rant, guys. On to the rating. I give Plankton the movie a solid B plus. I'm sorry, guys. A solid B plus, because I I did enjoy the storyline in this movie as more than you guys could imagine. But again, I didn't enjoy some of the musical numbers in this movie. It just felt off, including Karen's musical number. It was good, but it just didn't really hit well with me. I I have to say though, some of the characters I really wish could have appeared in here more. It would have been nice to see them appear in this movie and help Plankton out. But also, another thing I enjoyed is seeing Plankton's backstory and seeing how he started out and how he met Karen, of course, and seeing him. And another thing I enjoyed is seeing him and SpongeBob say Bikini Bottom. That's another thing I enjoy too, a whole lot. No joke, I really did. I really did enjoy that. And it and again, the old animation, I wish they could have brought back. I know I say it a lot because it's true. I wanted them to bring the old animation back. If they did that, I really would have I really would have loved it. No lie, I really would have. And that's it for my movie review, guys. Don't forget to like, comment down below on what you guys thought of Plankton the movie. Subscribe and share with everyone you know. And press the little notification bell at the bottom of my video to get notified when my next movie review is going to be. I will see you guys soon. Take care and God bless. Peace.